Hello guys. How you doing today? I'm hoping that you are doing well. So today, give me just a moment because I was looking for my lotion because my hands feel super dry. But anyway, it's not here. Anyway, so here we are, like finishing the drawing again. We're not gonna finish the drawing on this video, but on the next one we kind of finished. Yeah, like I had this video recorded already, like for like a day or two ago, but yeah, so let's carry on with our book and with the painting. This is not my favorite painting. I like it, but I just wanted to try something new, basically. Anyway, so I'm excited because we have, what is it, 14 more. We have 14 more lessons, and I can't wait to finish the book. Like I said, I didn't like it, but here we are doing the job. So, or doing the work, I was just said. So, you know what? Let me go ahead and I'm gonna go and get my lotion because I cannot focus. I'm sorry, I have a thing for like these things. Give me a moment. Alright, so I have my lotion right here. And I'm just gonna give you a little bit of triggers while I put my lotion on my hands. Sorry about that. I have a skin condition which is like super dry skin, and I need to hydrate my hands every time I wash them. It's very important for me because if I don't do that, if I don't hydrate my skin, like if I put like after a shower or stuff like that, like I start getting itchy and I can get like rashes and all that. Anyway, so there it is. All right, so yeah, so 14 more lessons. So last time, actually, it's 14 more lessons. So we're gonna start on we're gonna start on lesson 21, which is the magic of hype, mutual found ratings. So that chapter they talk about is don't chase starts, past ratings don't predict future returns. Past rating, sorry about that. So basically, again, I'm not into stocks or anything or funds or anything like that, so I didn't see like a big like I feel like that one is not for me. So one thing that we need to remind ourselves is like this book specifically, even the author said not to think, like basically to not think that every lesson that he had is for everybody. So I'm repeating this many times because a lot of people read books and they feel that those lessons or whatever happened in the book, they should be happening to them, to you guys, or to you if you're reading a book. And it's not like that. Like everybody goes through their own thing, and yeah, it's not the way it's supposed to be, or it's not this way. Like it's not what's it called? No, everybody's life is different, and I'm sure you guys know that. And everybody has different lessons in this life. So let's don't take this personal or be like, okay, he said to do this, I'm gonna do it. No, like this is just for him. And like I say, if you're on that level of risking money, you can do it. Okay, and I'm sure you know because you already have a lot of money. All right, so lesson 22, it talks about the dance is never over. When to invest in stocks, keep adding regularly. There's rarely a perfect win. So this is almost like, for example, what's it called? Any time is a good time to invest in the stock market. And yeah, it's almost like buying crypto, right? Like, yeah, I mean, at least on crypto you can see like when it's going up and down. The same thing with the market and with the stocks, but on crypto, if you know how to do crypto, like you can do it on your own, and you have more you have better management of that. With the stock market, somebody else is doing it for you. I'm not sure, and I don't know anybody that actually does their own. Obviously it's probably the bankers are. I'm not sure if that is even legal, but yeah, like not everybody does that. So yeah, like obviously if you have a stock and it's giving you good returns, you don't want to stop. You can put more and more, right? So that's actually pretty basic. All right, so lesson 23, the magic ingredient, asset allocation. Your mix of stocks, bonds, cash drives most results. Set it to match your risk and goals. So I feel like this one. So these are all basic, all the little notes. Okay, basically, based on what the chapter or the lesson is. So it says asset allocation can account for as much as 94% of your future finance gains. So there are only 5 things you can do with your money. You can give it away, spend it, lend it to someone else, invest it, and pay your taxes. What you do with your money is, of course, your own business, but if you really want to build wealth, the only one of these that counts as part of your invest, you probably learned this in the 8th grade, but I just want to repeat it before, because most people only spend their money on and pay taxes. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit of this. So this seems like a good time to talk about what to do with the money you put aside to invest. First, ignore all the finance advertisements for the next hot stock or sorry about that. For stock or mutual fund, tune out to the talking heads on television and their advice on where the market is going and what to buy, and forget what the papers say about the Federal Reserve Board hiking interest rates. What's really important to you, to your long-term financial health, is how you allocate your money. So remember I said to you basically, so yes, a lot of people is like, because they don't have enough money, right? So a lot of people want to have fun. So what they do is like, okay, I just got paid, for example. It's the 15 and you got paid. What happens? People start people start spending money, and they forget about, like, I should just better like relax and maybe save the money. I know that some people think that, okay, I'm just gonna go and eat, but when you go out and eat, it's almost like $100 per like dinner, you know. And so if you put us 1,000, 100, I'm sorry, on the side, you can probably with 5 like dinners, you can probably get and put it in a little investment. That's how you start getting this pyramid. Like, you start getting a little bit of safety instead of being worried about not having money for an emergency, but you have money to go out. Now, I also don't want to forget, and don't forget that everybody has different, how do you call that? Sorry, I forgot the word. Yes, so a lot of people have different, oh shoot, I forgot, values. Sorry about that. So what we're going to do is, since your values is not saving because you feel restricted, okay, why don't you save half of what you spend out and have you save it for investment or for something that is gonna be there for an emergency. So yeah, it's just a lot of things, and it's just hard because when we talk about money, this subject is basically mostly for like people that really are into that stability is their highest priority. Because if you're not, I understand that this is not gonna be your priority, and you might be your priority like in the first week, but then it's gonna go away because it's not, and it's not on your values. So anyway, so we're gonna continue. So on lesson 24, it's called Rolling a Stone: The Effects of Inflation. Inflation quietly erodes buying power in best to outspace it. So yes, so okay, first of all, inflation is hard, and it's a thing, and it's happening everywhere. If I'm gonna say something, I'm going to tell you that, okay, if you live in America, it's a ridiculous amount of money what you spend in America. One, you spend taxes. Two, you spend on almost your whole basically your whole check on the rent, right? And food and all the stuff and fun and all of that. Now, there are so many countries that you can live. Obviously, okay, first of all, if you can work online, I would suggest you to live. Go to a country that is super cheap to live. Like, Mexico is not that cheap anymore, I have to say, because I used to live there for a few months, and I just thought that it was ridiculous, the amount of money. It was basically American prices, so I just really don't think that you can live there. But if there's so many other places like in South America and other places in the world that you can go and live and create your safety pockets, basically. So yeah, like, inflation is real, but you need to learn how to play on it. So if you don't have enough money, you don't need to stay where you are. You save money, go, and especially if you can work online, don't waste your time, basically. All right, so lesson 25 is about clipped wings to eager to invest. Overconfidence and jumping in fast can backfire. Slow down and use a plan. Okay, so yeah, this is again like if you live in America and you're from America, like you can always do better. And why? Because you can live, like I said, live to a cheapest country, save money, start investing, get your money up, then you can live wherever you want to live. But once you have your basics covered, so basically it's not don't wait until something happens. No, like do it now if you can go away and you can make it happen. Especially if you're from America, because I know that the taxes are ridiculous. Or if you're from the UK, like the taxes they will just eat you alive. So yeah, so that's what I would recommend. Lesson 26, it talks about one more time, stay put in the market. Repeat the core lesson, staying invested beast darting in and out. So yes, okay, see, when you get into the market, I think I mean there's people that put their money on the 500 company, or what's it called, like something like that. What's it called? It's like I forgot what it was called, like funds or something like that. I forgot, but you don't need to call the market and be like, okay, I wanna get some stocks in this. No, you can do it yourself, and it's apparently it's very easy. I've done it like a couple times, but I just don't like I basically watched, and then I mean, it seems very easy to go in that and start doing it. So I would do that. A lot of people is doing like crypto, which seems like it's more like up to date. So yeah, like yeah, I mean, stay put. Yeah, it's important to be aware. So lesson 27, it's warranty. Bond basis risk. Even safe bonds have risks. Rate, duration. Understand that before buying. Yeah, I mean, going into the stock market, it's a risky thing, and it's very important to know what you're doing. Like for me, if I ever need to be doing the stock market, I think I'm gonna have to like learn a lot about it, because I'm not 100% like comfortable with it, because I don't have a lot of knowledge. So I would need a lot of information, especially me, because I'm not the type of person that just, sorry about that, that was a little, I got super tired for a minute. So yeah, so I'm just a person that doesn't trust like that much on things, so I will have to be very careful and be very aware of on where I put my money. On lesson 28, picking a winner, index funds. Broad low cost index funds usually outperform most active pickers over time. Again, like we can if you know all about this, I mean, you should, if you, first of all, if you know about stock markets and all of these financial things, I think this book is for you. Although this book is from 1996, so it might not help much. He give you a lot of numbers and a lot of like answers from that time, but yeah, I mean, I guess you can see the strategy. On lesson 28, speaking of winner index funds for, oh yeah, we did that. Lesson 29 is spend it or lose it. IRS and retirement plans at death. Know that the inheritance distribution rules, so many isn't wasted. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I got so sound out. Anyway, so this is basically saying like, so you have your taxes, right, in your retirement, and obviously we get old, and what's gonna happen with your money? So, so what could happen is, okay, so either you just pass it or you just give it to somebody, like a daughter, like any of your children or family that you have still alive. You distribute it to them, but never like lose it, basically. Now, I agree with that, but I also agree for the people that don't have kids and end up like without a family. I think that it is true, like never lose it, but if we find out that you can actually live and die with zero money. Okay, so live like rich, right? And then once you get to a certain age, you're like, okay, I'm gonna need this much money to basically for my retirement, or like when I'm like I cannot move anymore, like for my nurse and all of those things. So when that happens, like by the end of your life, if you don't have any family left, what happens is that everything is going to be done. Like you're basically gonna have the money and you're gonna spend everything that you can. Like you probably go to cruises or vacations when you're like 60 because you don't want to die. You don't want to leave money to the government. That's basically what it is, right? So that, I think, to me is very interesting, and I want to do, like, live the life I want when I can, and live it all the way until I die, and die with zero money. So yeah, so I can enjoy it. So lesson 30 is, now you have it, now you don't. Vesting retirement plans. Vesting schedules matter. Leaving a job too soon can forfeit benefits. So yeah, I heard about this in America, and I heard this like 8 years ago, or maybe more. Okay, I think it's like 9 years ago. So basically, there was a lot of jobs that were giving retirement plans to a lot of people, like in their 50s or 60s, something like that. And then so they were giving the money to them to basically retire. And now that I think about it, like, they were only given like 300K, and it was like, that's nothing compared to what they can make still, right? But they were doing it as of, okay, because they wanted to bring new people into the hospitals, so they did that. But it's kind of true, like if you know that you're gonna retire soon or in the future, and the way the situations are, might as well just take the plan. This is like if you're like really old and you're listening to this. But yeah, like if, like, for example, I know that in the future probably the retirement plans are gonna be gone, so if you ever get into that, I would take that instead of nothing. So for lesson 31, it says protecting yourself and your family. Disability insurance. Your income is your engine. Insure it in case you can work. So yes, that's good. But honestly, from paying insurance to insure my what's it called? My income is, I don't know. I'd rather just put it in a on crypto or something. Like, I'd rather just invest it, to be honest, because that way I don't need to pay anybody. And if you use insurance for that, I don't know, protect yourself and your family, disability insurance. Yeah, and then obviously, if you're in America, they give you disability anyways if you can't work. So yeah. Lesson 32 is the last resort, Social Security. Treat it as as a safety net, not the core plan. Understanding timing and benefits, all that's gone because Social Security is gonna be gone, and everybody knows that. And I don't think it's gonna be there for our time, or maybe it is, but no, probably not for your kids. So yeah, so I would totally like erase this one because, and I wouldn't pay attention on this one because Social Security, it was different back in the 60s or yeah, in the 70s. But anyway, so like I said, this book is really long, like really old, and it doesn't make any sense. Well, for now, right? All right, so lesson 34 is someone to help you. Financial planners, a good fiduciary advisor can simplify decisions, know how they're paid. Well, I have to say, like, that is so true, but look for someone that doesn't have, there's a lot of financial planners that have people that is like, okay, if you invest in this one, it's gonna be good, and you invest on that person, but the reason why they tell you to invest on that is because they want to get a cut. So if that's the case, I wouldn't trust them because they're just looking for their own benefit. But yeah, like, I'm really good, I don't have the service, but I'm really good at managing money. So yeah, I mean, I wish I could have everybody with that, to be honest. So the last one, our last lesson is make every penny count. That is so true. That I always say that. So small saving habits, fees, taxes, spending leaks, compound into big difference over time. So that is so true. Every penny counts, and try to save everything. Try to save as much as you can, and try to not spend that much, and be very careful what you spend your money on. So yeah, so that's it. Like, that is a whole book. We finished Money Lessons for a Lifetime. Horrible book because it was from like 1996, but it helped in some parts, right? So if you want to read it, go ahead, buy it, and I'll see you to the next video.